Ninjago Core, Ninjago Evo, two new additions that are completely dominating Ninjago's up-and-coming January set wave. This fact alone has stirred a lot of anger, confusion, and everything in between, but today we are going to be picking out just one aspect of all of this that has really stuck with me throughout this entire situation, which is what we are going to be discussing today. Ninjago Legacy, the LEGO set line in which they re-released and revamped old Ninjago sets and basically made them better than ever. Ever since its initial release in 2019, it's fair to say that it's definitely received some mixed responses from the community, but all of that could be coming to a pretty swift closure. Meet Ninjago's new core line, or to include another way of saying it, the Evo line. So these new sets are pretty much meant to be the core of Ninjago, hence the name. The things that really sum up what Ninjago truly is. No gimmicks, just straight to the point ninja sets for Ninjago. And that's literally what these are, as you can tell from the new set wave. You can kind of see the picture they were going for with these. But with this being said, what exactly is it that makes us think that Legacy will be ending because of this? Well, I mean, the obvious fact here is the fact that Legacy has been nowhere to be seen at all within this upcoming Ninjago set wave. It's just dominated by Core and Evo sets, which is kind of suspicious because for all of these last set waves, ever since the beginning of 2019, we've been receiving at least just a few Legacy sets, so it's kind of strange to be looking at this new set wave and seeing absolutely no Legacy sets. So, does this actually mean that there is a possibility that Legacy may actually be replaced forever and it's actually not going to be coming back? Well, I think that possibility is definitely there, to be honest. And I actually think it all depends on how well these Core and Evo sets actually do in terms of sales for LEGO. If they are successful, even more so than Legacy, then I think that we could be seeing a lot more Evo and Core sets in the future, and a lot less Legacy sets, potentially just wiping out Legacy in general, because to be honest, Legacy was getting kind of stale. I think a lot of you can probably agree with me on that one. It was kind of getting a bit old, and they weren't really doing what we, the fans, and the community was really asking for, and because of that I think it did kind of flop in a way at least. So maybe they kind of saw that the sales were going down and basically just replaced it with this new set line, and if these new sets do well, then, you know, they can incorporate them into future set waves. Say what you want about that, I think that is a possibility that we are just going to have to deal with whether you like these new sets or not. But could it not happen, and will Legacy be staying around? Yeah, definitely, that's also an option. It is definitely possible that maybe this new set wave was literally just a one-off thing and nothing more. It wasn't even an experiment, as we've discussed before. So maybe it is literally just a one-off thing, and as soon as the summer wave comes around, we will be getting those usual Legacy sets once again. That is definitely a possibility that I really want to throw out there because, well, it's definitely still a big possibility. I mean, we haven't heard any confirmation that that won't be happening, so why not believe that Legacy will actually be coming back? I think it's still definitely an option, but if Legacy does actually come back, and this is something I really want to talk about, I think Legacy is going to seriously need to start listening just a bit more, and LEGO is going to have to start listening a bit more to the community and what we actually have been asking for, because in a way that is probably affecting at least some of their numbers in terms of sales. If they just made more villain type sets and stuff like that, then I think Legacy could potentially expand and become a lot more popular. But for whatever reason, LEGO is just under the impression that kids don't want villain sets, when that's honestly just not the case if we think about it. Legacy has been becoming stale and kind of boring because of that. They just keep remaking these sets that people don't necessarily want to see remakes of. I think that that is one big lacking thing when it comes to Legacy. I think they do much better if they, you know, kind of put in more type sets, if you got what I'm saying, and, you know, made things a bit more diverse with Legacy, because right now that's been a huge issue. We don't really necessarily want these random mechs and stuff like that we just keep seeing each wave. It's kind of just becoming really, really boring. So overall, my thoughts on this are, if the Core and Evo sets do really exceptionally well in terms of numbers with the January release, then honestly I think that those could be replacing Legacy potentially. But if they just do average or completely flop, then I think they will be then I think that they will be bringing Legacy back, and I think that's still a big possibility either way, to be honest. So maybe this is just a whole one-off thing. We are really just going to have to wait and see. So yeah, we don't necessarily have a proper solid answer, but this is pretty much everything that we can gather so far. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, and be sure to drop your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about all of this. If you did enjoy today's video, then please do consider dropping a like on it. If you're new to the channel and are interested in seeing a lot of content similar to this, then please also consider subscribing to the channel with the notification bell turned on. With all of this being said though, guys, I will see you all in my next one. Goodbye.